श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. One evening, a woman came to me and said, "Ma, I have brought a carriage. You must come to my home." This body was walking in the Nat Mandir and felt an impulse to avoid accepting her request. Thus, I resisted being pressed by the woman to accompany her, and the word no came from my lips. Not succeeding in persuading this body, this woman went to Bholanath, who asked her the reason for her insistence. She replied, "My eldest son is very sick. I have come with the hope that I can take Ma to see him." When Bholanath related this to me, I replied spontaneously, "He is not going to recover." Bholanath was initially silent, but then said, "How shall I tell her this? What is to be done now? She is certainly not going to leave without you." Jyotish, who was present, was also in a dilemma. This body then said, "All right, let's go." It crossed her mind that the boy was destined to meet her before he died and was eager for her touch. Where there is death, there too only I exists. Actually, there is no question of life and death. What are life and death? Merely a change of clothes, or you can even think of death and birth as going from one room to another. It is man's ignorance that prevents him from comprehending this. Even though this boy was not going to recover, why should I not go there? This body got ready to go. However, after hearing that the boy was not going to recover, Bholanath was now reluctant about going. He and Jyotish were busy discussing what those people might say later and whether it would be correct to go to their home under the circumstances. Jyotish said, "If Ma has decided to go, she most certainly will do so." A little later, Bholanath and I got into the carriage when suddenly 2 or 3 dogs appeared in front and started barking furiously. The frightened horses refused to start, but finally we were able to go and see the boy. Not long afterward, the boy's condition took a turn for the worse, and again his mother came with the carriage and wept. "He is in critical condition and wants to see you. You must come." Bholanath and I went. As we were about to enter their home, someone bowed to me. In those days, a strange feeling would come over me. If someone did this to me, I would try to bow back. That day, I sat on the doorstep before rising to meet the boy. His mother beseeched me, "Please, save us from this predicament. We shall not let you leave. Tell us what to do and we shall follow your instructions to the letter." Bholanath also kept insisting. Then these words came out spontaneously. "Will you do exactly what this body tells you to? Will you be able to? All right, then confine him to this bed for 18 days and ensure that he does not leave it. Will you remember that?" The mother accepted this condition calmly with her head lowered. At the time of our leaving, the boy, weeping bitterly, said, "Ma, I cannot bear the suffering any longer. It matters not whether I live or die. I want peace." We received news of the boy regularly. We had heard that the disease had abated a little when one day his mother came and said that although he had been improving, his condition now seemed to have taken a turn for the worse. This body said automatically. On Monday, there was a lapse in following this body's instructions. On the morning of 18th day, the boy died. The mother cried, "My son cannot die. I have followed Ma's instructions exactly. You cannot take him to the cremation ground." Like one who is insane, she came running frantically to Shahbag. From about 4 o'clock that morning, this body was divinely absorbed and could not get up. The mother continued to weep inconsolably, and Bolana tried but failed to awaken me. After a while, the woman's family arrived and took her away forcefully because they could no longer delay the last rites. The grief stricken mother admonished everyone. Ma's words are not correct. No one should go to her. A couple of months later, she returned remorsefully, crying, Ma, please forgive me. Your instructions were not followed to the letter, and that led to our misfortune. One Monday, I went down to the lower floor of the house, and the boy was alone during that time. He called out to me to bring in the logs of wood set out to dry on the roof, but the roof was not visible from his room. It did not occur to me then that the only way he could see it would be if he had gotten out of bed. You gave us your blessings, but such was our bad luck that we could not avail it. श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय।